I want to start this off by saying if you have not watched One Piece Stampede, do not watch this video. Exit the video immediately and find the closest local theater to you, and or whenever it's coming out, or however it is that you're going to be watching it, wait to watch it before you watch this video. Because this video right here is going to contain the biggest and most massive spoilers for this movie, and I'm not going to be able to contain myself. So I'm going to give you all 5 seconds to leave this before I give out the first major spoiler, because it's the first thing that I saw, man. So if you do not want to get spoiled, 5 seconds. Get ready? Spoiler-filled Recon's piece, man. Because this movie right here was the greatest theater experience I have ever had, man. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm assuming that everybody who's still here has watched the movie, and if that's the case, when I saw that, I immediately knew it's the greatest One Piece movie of all time. It's the greatest One Piece movie of all time. My goodness, bro, this was phenomenal. I felt like tonight, just like I did whenever I read chapter 103 and 157, you know, those 125, like those chapters where it just makes you look back at like the rest of the series and be like, man, dude, I was really along for this incredible ride. That's exactly how I feel at the end of tonight, and I'm so thankful and grateful that I got into the best-selling manga in history, bro. You know, my birthday's in a couple hours. That's the greatest birthday gift, man, that Oda could have ever given me, dog. I don't know what that chapter's gonna have tomorrow, but I don't know if it can match what it has today. Guys, you know how I am when it comes to hype, man. You know how I am. I'm not able to stand still. I'm not able to, you know, I move around a lot. I yell a lot. That's why my voice is so shot, man, because I was yelling all night. But I gotta give a huge shout out to every single person that was there tonight at the theater. In the AMC Disney Springs Theater, man, in Orlando. It felt like I was at a wrestling event, man. The atmosphere there was absolutely out of this world. Everyone that was there was a full-blown One Piece tard. I can say that from the bottom of my heart. With how loud that theater was, everyone there was a tard, man. And it made it such a wonderful experience. Like, I always imagined how it would be if we got the community together to watch something like that. And tonight it was answered. The greatest theater experience I've ever had, man. And it's because of my love for this series, for this wonderful series, man. And I was able to share that with so many other people. Like, you could just tell everybody is a big fan. And the way that I know that is that Stampede has so many little moments and inside jokes that you would only get if you had been into the series and had gone through every single episode and chapter. And so the fact that there was so many, I mean, some of the biggest mark out moments were the inside jokes. You know, with Hancock, oh my god, dude, Hancock, dude. Whenever you have the theater marking out and losing their minds for the Hancock gag, the Buggy stuff, which is, that's all, bro, the Buggy and Mr. 3 stuff, I was telling y'all in the lead up to this movie. Buggy is in the movie, it's gonna automatically make this movie 10 times better. And what did I say? This movie, the MVP, I mean, there were so many MVPs, but Buggy from a comedic standpoint was the one that had me laughing the most, as it should be. After I watched the movie, I was like, bro, Buggy's one of my favorite characters. Like, he's always has been, but it was after I got out of there, like, man, I truly realized, dog, like, yo, Buggy's my boy, bro. Like, I always talk about him. I always say how much I really like his character. When people ask me my top 5 favorite One Piece characters, I always say, like, honorable mention Buggy. This man might actually be in the top 5, dog, because he's just so goat, man. But, yo, I knew we were all tards when you heard the theater mark out for Foxy, bro. Foxy, dog. The silver fox. The Oh, man, dude. I mean, it was just such an incredible experience because you had so many different reactions from so many different people that were in the theater for so many different things, but we were all yelling and marking out, bro, for so many things. The loudest pops that I remember of all of just losing our minds, the loudest by far was at the end of the movie with that legendary, one of my favorite scenes I have ever seen in my history of as a human being, when Ace and Sabo that scene with Ace and Sabo was so cold, dude. Towards the end of the movie, and they were in the exact same pose as Luffy and Ace were in at the end of Marineford. And Bro, when I saw, I mean, the entire theater was because someone was on their feet, like, yeah, like, everyone clapping, dog. This is Ace, man. That's our boy. That's Borges the Ace. But man, dude, I mean, we were the theater. The vibe was already different in the beginning with the laughter and how much we were laughing. With the inside jokes at the beginning, but dog, when it really started getting hype was whenever Bullet and Luffy had their Conqueror's King hockey clash, man. That was so insane, dude. I mean, yo, with the supernovas and how they were clashing, Zoro and Killer's clash every marking out, man. As a fan of the of what is currently going on in Wano, I was like, yeah, Zoro and Killer. Luffy and Kid scenes were so good, man. The law comedy was on point. Like I said before, Hancock in this movie was A1. The comedy, because I had missed that so much, was just, it was hitting home on so many different levels. But when Hancock herself started going into like swimmer, I was like, Hancock's a goat, dog. Don't ever try Hancock again. But man, dude, I mean, when Mihawk showed up, bro, the entire theater exploded. It was like whenever, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin just come out into, like, a classic event, or whenever he comes back now. I mean, that's how loud it was in there, bro. And whenever in the meteor scene, oh my god, bro. The Dyson Sakai with the meteor, man. Mihawk, it wasn't a part of the contract yet. We're out of here. And in homage to the end of Marineford, there was so many key scenes like that you would only get, you know, with like the knock-up stream. We got to see a lot of like the old characters like Kaya, Kami, and God, man, and Hachi, and there was just so many. Even whenever you went back to the Marines, there was filler characters, bro. There was characters from filler that were in these little key moments, dog. And it's like, man, the attention to detail in this movie, it truly spoke to the hardest of hardcore tards in this series, man. Like, I love this movie so much. And the movie itself was so good, but the experience, the overall theater experience of just having so many fans together, like, truly appreciating it. And what was so wonderful is I didn't feel alone whenever like the comedic stuff came out, because one thing that I was wondering, I was like, man, before I head into this film, because I know how I am, I tend to laugh out loud at certain things, right? And I know how I am when it comes to getting hyped, like I said, but I didn't have to worry about it, bro, because we were all equally laughing together for every single one of the inside jokes, all of the jokes with Usopp. Oh my god, Usopp, bro. Usopp, man. You know, when I first created this channel, my favorite character in One Piece was Usopp. It was Usopp and NL, man. Usopp, NL, Blackbeard, Luffy, you know, those were my dudes, bro. They always have been. But Usopp in particular, because at that point in time, whenever I first started doing YouTube, or I said when I first got into One Piece, when I first got into YouTube, I meant. When I first got into YouTube, Usopp was my favorite because I had just recently done, I was on a Water 790's Lobby High, because the dub was coming out around that time. And I was just so enamored and in love with the whole Usopp's entire character arc that I was just like, man, dude, that's my boy, bro. Always has been, always will be. And what this movie brought me back was those vibes, man. Because like, I'll always love Usopp. I mean, I love all the Straw Hats, of course, but like, man, I'll always love Usopp, bro. And like, in his moments in this movie, I mean, yo, the middle of the movie with that scene with him and Luffy, real deal, was hitting home, dog. Like, I almost started tearing up, man. And the fact that he was the one that managed to get that blow off, bro, I was like, dog, Usopp. Like, yo, when we saw the vines wrapping around Polly, we were like, yeah, the whole theater exploded. Man, dude, but I can't, I don't know where to begin, man. I don't know where to begin, because with a movie like this, it's so hard. It's so hard. I can't put structure in it. This is why this is not a review. This is a Recon piece, because I can't, bro. It was so amazing, man. I knew it was gonna be special, bro, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this, man. Truly a massive love letter to the series, man, and to everyone who's been a part of this journey. I mean, there was just so many incredible sequences. Just seeing, like I said, man, the Smoker and Tashigi. Oh my god, bro, when Crocodile, bro, when I saw Crocodile, when I heard the laugh, I started punching my cousin who was next to me. I was like, yeah. I started hitting him, dog. And then the clashes, man. No. The clashes got the biggest pops, man. Aside from the Sabo scene, at the end, and Mihawk, I think the clashes got the biggest, bro. Zoro and Fujitora, Sanji and Lucci, bro. Sanji and Lucci, bro. When I saw, because when Sanji told Robin like, "Yo, I'll be right back," and he spread it off to Lucci, I was like, yeah. I was losing my mind, dude. Holy flagnards. Oh man, dude, Roger. Laugh Tale. You know, I had been seeing that thing pop up in the community recently, but I didn't know the context behind it. It was like a Laugh Tale. Laugh Tale, Raft Tale. Bro, when they were building up what this treasure was, and I saw the Eternal Pose to Raftel, I was beyond shook. I was so shook, bro. I was like, what are we doing in this movie? What are we doing? What is this? I mean, this feels like it's the end of the series. Oh, man, dude. Prime Roger, bro. That scene at the end of the film hit me so hard. With Roger talking about that it'll be his son that becomes the king, bro. Let me try to give some sort of order to this, man. I apologize, bro. My thoughts are all over the place, but I can't help, man. This is me, like, driving, when I was driving home with my cousin, and we were just marking out in the car over it. But now this is just me, bro, in the camera, and it's just, it's like so much stuff, bro, that I want to talk about, man. It was so amazing, just, like I said, with the overall experience of being in a theater, and hearing people, like, get marked out as much as you whenever you see characters. It's like, yo, this must be, or I know it is, but, like, this is how it feels to watch reactions with other people, right? You know, you look forward to seeing how they react to certain things, but whenever it's like a theater experience like that, when everyone is feeling the exact same way, and there's like this resonance between all of us, it's something unforgettable, man. And, you know, like, it felt like the Royal Rumble, you know, when characters like popped up nonstop, bro. You know, Buggy got a pop, Foxy, Hancock, Sabo, Lucci, Crocodile, like every character that showed up got a ass pop. Those clashes, man, dog, bro, that initial battle between the supernovas, man, that joke was so clean. The clashes that they had with each other, the animations out of this world. And Luffy had that first elephant gun to split up, I believe it was X-Drake and Kid, dude. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then whenever Bullet showed up, man, and Luffy immediately went into Snake Man, bro. And I got to see on the big screen, I saw the Gomu Gomu no Kobe Bryant, dude. I was losing my mind. But nah, man. Yeah. Dude, it was so gold. Luffy was so amazing in this film. From the Conqueror's King hockey scene, that scene was so amazing. When Bullet came out and he immediately knocked out everybody who was in a contender using the King's hockey, and Luffy immediately brought it back, the whole theater just lost their mind. We're like, yeah, let's go. And then whenever they started duking it out, and he immediately pwned Luffy and Snake Man, and he pwned the rest of the supernovas. Those dual attacks were so nice. I was like, bro, we need something like this in Wano, dog. And then when Bullet, I was like, bro, is Bullet using real hockey? Because it looked like he was hockeying up twice. And it was absolutely insane. I mean, he was a threat, man. I mean, his fruit and the awakening of that fruit, it was a threat, son. A threat. And with the Buster Call, I never thought I would ever see a Buster Call again. I think a Buster Call being called on the island, man, and the fact that Robin was the first one to hear it, which was definitely intended. I mean, the callbacks to earlier arcs, man, like Ennie's Lobby and Water 7, the impacts. I mean, it's just... this movie needs another viewing, bro. I need another viewing, man. Another viewing. But let me sit down and talk about the comedy right quick, bro. The mixture of comedy and hype and emotional scenes in this movie, to me, is what makes One Piece so special. because there was so many scenes where we were so hyped in the theater and then immediately were brought back down by comedy. And what worked, it works so well because it usually, that mix is so unusual in the way that it does it, that whenever somebody actually manages to pull it off, it's phenomenal because it's a perfect theater experience. The hype and the comedy, the laughter, and everything, like, yeah. So the fact that it reminded me a lot of Marineford, where Buggy was all and Impel Down, where Buggy and Mr. 3 were always used for comedic relief. And in this movie, Buggy to me was the star, of course, of the comedy. I mean, I love that character so much. But other characters truly had their time to shine. It was so wonderful is that they really went knee deep into their inner jokes. Like when Bartolomeo showed up, everyone lost their mind. Like, yeah, Bartolo, Luffy senpai. Every time he did that, massive laughter across the theater, and it was great. Cavendish talking about Luffy getting more spotlight than him. And just a little Wapole, man, getting constantly pwned and fodderized. Foxy saying, "Please save us." That was fantastic. I was dying of laughter. But Buggy, man. Like I said, this movie truly made me realize how much I love some of these characters, bro. And Buggy's one of them, man. I mean, in the lead up to this film, I told y'all, the thing I was most excited for was Buggy. The aspect, because when I saw Buggy in the movie, I was like, Buggy and Luffy in the same movie, it's bound to be a comedy fest. And it was much more than that, bro. I mean, like I said, my throat hurts, and most of that's because of laughing. I mean, I did a lot of yelling, but most of that was laughing, man, thanks to Buggy, dude. This man is a troll, dude. Well, that's my troll, man. And so many plot callbacks. Having Panda, man, I mean, it was just a love letter to the tards of this series, bro. The final attack and battle, man. Oh my goodness. The entire final battle against Bullet. The Luffy and Hancock scenes, having like the clashes, Sabo and Smoker, and like how they finally got together on the same page, lobbing under and all of them doing their attacks together. Hancock, bro, like I said before, Hancock, man, MVP status, going up into like swimwear, breaking down harbor, dog. I was like, yo, that scene was so nasty. He was just running all the way up there and then straight up. I was like, Hancock, man, let's go. So much hype. And then Luffy and Bullet's final like encounter, and how it was foreshadowed by Garp, saying that unless there was a duel that were to happen like in a similar way that he did with Roger, then there would be a lot more bloodshed because they would need to take him down in order to save like the rest of the world. And now, of course, that was Luffy that managed to do that. But man, Luffy's final attacks there, bro, like him hitting a King Kong gun. I was like, bro, we're doing a triple King Kong gun. I mean, at first, I was looking at my cousin. I was like, bro, is he doing Red Hawk? Like, is he about to do a Gear 4th King Red Hawk? I would have left the theater, man, with the amount of hype. But even then, the King Kong gun. I mean, but no attack in that film, aside from the Sabo one at the end, had me more hyped than Luffy doing that King Kong Gatling. I love the Gatling, and the fact that he combined it with the King Kong gun was the nastiest attack, dude. I think that might be one of my favorite Luffy attacks already, dog. Like, already. On top of that, it was so nasty. The way that it happened, just the fact that We Are was playing during that scene. Not to get on you, baby. We started singing that thing, man. Bullet, man. When I think of Bullet and the fact that he compared himself to the Four Emperors, bro, I was like, yo, how in the Flying Flaggers are they beating Kaido, dog? I mean, seriously. I was watching this movie and I was like, brother, they have to go against Kaido and Big Mom, bro. Like, it's like double the bullets, double Douglas bullets, and even further beyond. My God, this movie was so much fun, bro. I mean, it was literally. I mean, it was just such a fun experience. I mean, if y'all had a similar experience in your theater whenever it is that you watched it, man, I'm so happy that you did. Because like I said, man, I mean, I came out of that theater feeling the same way that I have when a phenomenal chapter drops, just being so thankful for the fact that I got into the series, dude. I want to go back and rewatch it so bad. Like, I really, really do, man. Because I feel like it's worthy of a rewatch, just to catch like the other nooks and crannies. Because I was so hyped. I mean, look, the beginning of the movie with Blackbeard, it was so fascinating because I was like, man, why isn't Blackbeard in post-time skip design? And it showed that that took place 2 years before what actually happened. So Blackbeard saw Douglas Bullet, according to that canon, while he was getting all the Impel Down escapees to go to Marineford. And I was like, yo, man, leave him there, bro. Keep him alive. I was like, oh, snap. No, when you start a movie with the Zeha, it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? From then on, you know that it's going to be a GOAT movie. This movie took full advantage of arguably my favorite. I mean, it's tough because I think the aspect of chasing your dreams. Oh, hold on. Before I get to what I was about to say, Luffy's moment whenever he crushed the Eternal Pose. To Raftel, whenever Lucci and Crocodile were coming towards him, and he was like, it was like, screw it, I don't need that thing. I was like, bro, that is the key Luffy moment. That's why he's the king, and that's why he's my GOAT, dog. But going back to what I was saying, my favorite thing in One Piece, aside from the theme of chasing your dreams, is the character interactions. The character interactions in this series make for some of the funniest, most hype and incredible moments. And this movie took full advantage of that with the little clashes like Zoro and Fujitora, and then like I said with Sanji and Lucci, so with Smoker, Crocodile, and like Law, and like there was just so many incredible key scenes like that. But the character interactions, both in a funny way, in a like an emotional way with like the Usopp and Luffy scenes, and Brook coming in to save them right there at the end. That was so gold. And like the Brook stuff, that Brook was hilarious in the movie too. And man, one more thing, they just seeing all the crew together again, and them trolling on the ship together. I was like, dog, I miss this so much, bro. It's been so long since we've had all the crew together. Like, I need them to get back together again, man. But the character interactions, man. I mean, this movie took full advantage of that incredible aspect of the series. And it just caused for some of the most incredible moments, man. And like I said before, this movie, whenever I watch it on my own, probably whenever I buy it on Blu-ray, it's still going to be a lot of fun. But I don't think anything can replicate that first-time theater experience to me, bro. It was just, that's what I've always wanted, man. That's why I started a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to find other people that love the series as much as I do, so I could discuss it with them. So we can discuss how much we enjoy certain things, discussing certain theories and or discussions, past, present, future, whatever the case may be. I just wanted to be involved in a community with a series I love so very much, man. Which is why the first video I made was how I got into One Piece. And so the fact that I was able to live that, but in real time, because I've never been to a convention, I've never been to like an expo, like the only time I'm ever able to talk about One Piece with a lot of people is here on YouTube, right? And most of the time, because of the limits, the Discord and Hangouts, it's 10, 15, and then all the people that are in the comment section, of course. But I'm not able to actually speak to y'all. Like I see the text, but I don't see like the response back, with like voice. So the fact that it felt like it felt like I was with y'all, but we were all together like in this theater, and it just caused. I mean, that's what I've always wanted, man. And I think when it's all said and done and One Piece ends, I'll still think back to Stampede as one of my favorite One Piece and just anything experiences I've ever had. Because whenever you love something, man, truly, and a piece of literature, in the way that, I'm pretty sure I'm not alone on this, but in the way that we truly do love the series, and how much time we spend to it, man, how much we talk about it, how much we spend our daily lives just discussing and being a part of this wonderful community, and to be a part of something like that, man, it makes me truly want to go to these cons, these anime expos, and go join my friends over there whenever they go to Anime Expo, You know, even though it's not going to be possible for a while. But I just wonder how an experience like that would be after what happened tonight, man. I'm so glad I was able to experience it with all of my friends and my family, with those wonderful people that were there, dog. People I might not ever meet again, but by God, on this one night, man, we were able to create magic in that theater, bro. For the legendary One Piece Stampede, dog. And it was so wonderful because, like I said, going into that theater, I was legit scared because I don't watch movies in the theaters. I almost never do. It's a rare occasion, like that I'll go when I'll watch a movie in the theaters. I mean, I'll do it for the stuff that I really really enjoy. I'll always do that, and more than likely on day one, like I did for this and for Film Gold, and for other things that I really enjoy. But for like just watching like random movies and whatnot, that's not really my thing. And so I was like, yes, it is a theater reaction. It's not just me. It's like everybody here understands and appreciates the greatness of Oda's masterpiece. It was so awesome, man. Wouldn't trade this night, man, for anything, dude. It was so much fun. Great birthday present from Oda. And, man, dude, just so many things, dog. So many things. Thinking about that damn meteor scene, dude. This man Zoro is so goat, dude. This man cut the entire thing in half, and then Mihawk just said, whooshing. Because it was still falling. And Mihawk just obliterated it, dog. Didn't leave any a piece of it. Hearing Kizaru's old VA again, man. Shout out to him, dog. R.I.P. to the GOAT. That was emotional, man, hearing that again. But man, dude, I mean, it felt like the end of One Piece, dog. And whenever I watched this, I was like, man, you know, this series, or Oda would never allow something like this to be in a movie if he didn't have something better planned. Just don't even think about, like, what in the flying flaggers does this man truly have planned for, like, Wano in the end of the series, bro? Because, my goodness, did this feel like it was Marineford again. With all these wonderful characters in one area, bro. Flipping flag guards, man. I apologize for that sound that y'all are probably hearing. That's my it's my game system has been doing that lately. I need to go fix it. But yeah, man, I'm still attempting to process everything that happened, bro, tonight, because it was so. So many amazing scenes. There were so many amazing scenes, and the thing is that they were just happening back to back to back to back. It's like your eyes just never had an opportunity to leave the screen. Fully immersed from the beginning of the film to the end of the film. And it just did everything so well, man. I mean, like I said before, when it comes to character interactions, and choosing which characters would interact with who, and how their gags would play with others. Oh man, dude! I mean, it was just so well done. And the Straw Hats all got their time to shine in their own ways, like both from character moments, both hype, emotional, and/or comedic, and it's just the way they were able to mesh with other parties as well. Like how Nami interacts with Foxy's crew. That brought back so many memories, man. Like, dog, man, they never change, bro. Buggy interacting with Smoker and Tashigi was absolutely hilarious, man. That was great. Hina and Smoker, and that callback back to Alabasta, that was beautiful. Man, dude. So many goat scenes. Douglas Bullet. You know, Roger truly had some monsters on his crew, bro. And to think that he was the captain, like Bullet always wanted to beat him. Roja. Roger, real deal, was the GOAT, man. best-selling manga in history, man. There's a chapter tomorrow, man. Can y'all believe that? Wow. Wow. You know, it truly is like over my nights like these that I'm so happy I made that decision to start this series, bro. And not only that, but then I made the second decision to join the community, bro. It's been so much fun, man. And I can't even begin to imagine, because right now how I feel like it's truly coming to an end soon. But I'm gonna enjoy every second of it, man. I'm grateful, bro. I'm really grateful I'm able to be a part of something so special, right? You know, man, I went to the Film Gold Theater premiere. And that one, even though there was a lot of people in there, there was a few moments like that, like there were in today's theater. It was nothing like that, bro. I mean, today you truly felt that there were nothing but the hardest of hardcore fans in there. It made for such an incredible atmosphere, like an ECW One Piece viewing. It was so special, man. Luffy, bro. That scene whenever he crushed the pose, bro. And he was like, yo, screw that junk, dog. I don't need it. Nah, man, whenever they started playing We Are, dude. The Admirals, man. Sabo. Sabo had so many goat scenes, dude. He can. Yo, when I first saw him down there with Robin, I was like, hold on, Skip. When I saw him actually up there with Smoker, and it took a while to pan into his actual face. Massive pop. Yo, Luffy. Whatever Luffy's interaction where he first got knocked back down a bullet all the way to the rest of them was so great, man. Yo, him and Hancock, dog. Oh, he put me before himself. Oh man, Buggy, dude, too. Stuff at the beginning with the knock-up stream, and with the island that was floating, man, that was so awesome. Just seeing the rest of the pirate crews there with them, and like how certain supernovas interact with other supernovas, and seeing how all of them having like their own time to shine was so special, man. The callbacks to Sabaody. Luffy's insane. Yeah, when Law was like, "Yo, Luffy, you're insane." Towards the end, I was like, "Yeah, facts, but that's the guy you choose to follow, man." Mugiwara. Oh man, when even Robin calls you, Trow Guy Kun, you know that's the nickname. You know that's the name. You feel me? Man, you know. I love this movie, bro. I love the experience. I loved everything about it. Like I said, I want to go back and watch it again. I don't know when I'll be able to do that, but one thing's for sure: when this thing comes out on Blu-ray, that's a day one, man. That is a day one. Dude, one day, you know, because I had looked at I love watching the videos with back whenever Dragon Ball Super was still going on. I really enjoyed watching the videos of like all those people whenever they show like Dragon Ball Super on one massive screen. It shows like hundreds, thousands of people there watching the series together, and like all of them mark out. And all that. I always wanted to be a part of something like that. And tonight, I was able to be a part of something like that, but for my favorite series, bro. And there's nothing more special than that. And I hope that one day, I would love to do something like this, man, but with the actual members of the community, bro. That would be so incredible. But we'll see when that is it. When we were able to do that, man. Well, hell, with the way technology is going, we probably won't even need to do that. We won't even need to do that. But, dog, I'm just so happy, man. I'm so happy I made the decision to go over there and do this. Because You know, at first I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time. Not only did I make it in time, I made it there way earlier than anticipated. This man Bullet, bro. Just with everything that he was able to do with his awakening. And I was like, my goodness, man. I mean, yo, he is real deal going in on everyone. I want to rewatch it because I want to pick up on all the Easter eggs that I might not have picked up the first time because I was so hurt about something else. The amount of time that I spent yelling and looking over at the rest of my friends that I was there with and my cousins, where you just started like, like the amount of time I probably spent doing that, I probably missed out on a few scenes on the TV. You know what I'm saying? Or on the big screen. Mihawk, bro, this movie real deal has me so excited to see some of these characters. Like, I really hope that in Wano we get Buggy, we get Mihawk, we get Hancock, we get all these wonderful characters, because you know, it's not only about what they would contribute and add to the battle, bro. It's about those special and wonderful character moments, man. It really, really is, bro. Luffy? Where is he? Oh, look, whenever he came in Gear 4, dog, he's up zooming across. We just started dying of laughter because everybody had a different thing. Like, Buggy was like, Mugiwara. His Law's like, wait, hold on, wait. Hancock was like, huh? Smoker was like, Mugiwara. That was fantastic, man. I mean, the comedic timing was A1, man. I mean, it brought out the best of the strengths of every single one of the characters. Zoro and Fujitora had some awesome fighting sequences, man. But I don't know if anything, the impact frame when Luffy was fighting Bullet and he hit him with that final attack and it went black and white. That was so nasty. Man, dude. Yo, when Kobe showed up, he got a massive pop. We're like, yeah, Kobe! I was like, yo, man, where's my boy the George at, dog? I know if he's watching this movie, man, it's marking out like a madman for that scene. Man, dude. It's an experience I'll never forget, dog. So I mean, dead serious, man. It's an experience I'll never forget. And I'm so happy that I was a part of it. Seeing the characters doing what they do best on the big screen. And, you know, I watched Film Gold in dub, and I love the dub. I do. You know, the dub is really special to me. But I grew up with the sub, man. You know, I, like a lot of other people, got into One Piece through the sub. And the sub has a really special place in my heart due to the fact that it was the first long-running series I binged. And the fact that I've gone back and I've rewatched the series so many times, in so many moments so many times, and so many arcs so many times, those sub voices have a really, really special place in my heart, man. And the fact that I was able to hear that for the very first time, but on the big screen, in an atmosphere like that, dog. I mean, like I said, it truly felt like a wrestling event, bro. Like, whenever your favorite wrestlers come on, everybody's like, yeah, when a 5-star match is going in, and you're like, everybody's just clapping. There was so many moments we were just clapping because we were just appreciating the greatness that was going down on screen, man. Luffy was so gold in this movie, bro. Like, it really reminded me why I love his character so much. And it's not like I even need a reminder because he's been doing it all of Wano. But it truly was another reminder of like, man, dude, that's the king, dog. That's our main character, bro. Like, that is the man who will be the king of the pirates. And I loved every second of it, man. Buggy, bro. Buggy. I want to see him so bad. I need to rewatch this movie, bro. I do. I need to soak in all that Buggy greatness again. But there was just so many fun and incredible scenes, and it was truly a love letter to all of us fans, man, for being a part of the journey for this long. So many wonderful characters. And without question, the greatest theater experience I've ever had, bro. It was so much fun from start to finish, man. I don't know if I forgot anything, like I said, because the hype, and I just left. And there was so many things I wanted to discuss when I was on the way here, but just remembering all the wonderful scenes back and forth, I can't help it, bro. I can't help it, man. There was just so much greatness within the film, with the character designs, the interactions, the way certain things played out with other things, the way everything flowed so well together, the timing of certain things. It was just so great, man. I'm so happy I got into the series, dude. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right here. My throat is almost shot, and I want to have a voice for tomorrow. But I really do want to say thank you, man. I want to say thank you to everyone who's a part of this community, who's ever wanted and or has, whether you joined today or whether you've been a part of it for as long as I have, man. Thank you for being a part of the One Piece community, bro, because it's because of y'all that this is such a special and memorable experience, and exactly how this theater experience is so memorable and amazing. That's exactly how I feel whenever I do these weekly reactions, and I see everyone else talking about a certain chapter, man. That's why I started YouTube, bro. Is to be with other One Piece fans talking about this thing that we really enjoy, which is why I say that there's no other weekly experience like One Piece in anything. I don't care. You could look forward in any sort of aspect of entertainment. Nothing comes close to me, man. Nothing comes close. It's the greatest weekly experience, bro. And I'm super looking forward to the next installment and then tomorrow's chapter. But this movie, Real Deal, has me right now. Like, man, dude. I'm so thankful I got into it, man. Wow. I hope everybody has an awesome day, man. Take care, yo. It's almost... Oh, man, dude. It's almost 12. I'm gonna be 1 year older, but 1 year more with the best-selling manga in history, man. I will see y'all tomorrow for the chapter. I don't know if I'm gonna be early or late on that one, just based on how tomorrow's gonna go. But I'll be here regardless, and I can't wait to see what y'all think, man, as always. I will see y'all next time. Please let me know what y'all thought about the movie. If you watched it in theaters, how was the experience like? And what was your favorite moment, man? Because right now, off the top of my head, the Sabo and Ace scene from the end of the movie, it was my favorite, man. I love that scene so much, bro. I mean, y'all know how I feel about Ace scenes in the anime. I mean, I've said this many times, but that one was just so special because of the way that it was done. The way that it was done, man. And the fact that the pose the same way that it was Luffy and Ace and Marineford, it was over, man. That scene, to me, was so incredible. That scene, any interaction with Buggy, of course, fantastic. Black Bear was in the damn movie. The Hancock and Luffy comedics, it was just so messy. This is what happens. This is what happens. I come in here with a plan, like, yeah, man, my favorite moments, and I started lifting this thing off every moment in the movie because it was that gold. The meteor. There was just so many great callbacks, but in different ways in this movie, dude. Seeing the Barto Club, the whole the ship and the big screen, dog. I mean, nothing puts a bigger smile than that, man. I know how Bartolomeo feels, but that's exactly how I am, bro. And the King Kong Gatling, dog. I've always wanted to see something like that, but the fact that we actually got it, and against boy, the way that it was done, We Are was playing. They had the special version of We Are, the special version of Stampede. Or Stampede. The special version of Memories of the first opening, the first ending. I mean, you can't beat that, dude. But yeah, man, please let me know what y'all thought about the movie, bro. Let me know your favorite scenes, your favorite moments. And let's talk about it, man. It's gonna be hard for me to sleep, bro. It really is, dude. This was so amazing, man. And a big shout out once again to everybody that went to the Disney Springs Theater tonight, man. You truly created such a memorable experience for me, man. I hope that other people feel the same who went to that, bro. So much fun. I gave a huge shout out to the girl that was sitting next to me. We were talking about certain things in One Piece Tokyo Tower, and I'm gonna search that up here whenever I get off of recording to see what she was talking about, and when it comes to Ace and Roger. So I really want to see that scene, because after the end of this movie, you know, because the whole stuff that was leading into with Raftel and Laughtel, I mean, and whenever they bring up the One Piece, I mean, I was so shook and mind blown. I was like, bro, I'm really doing this in the movie. But as it all went on, and then it led to this incredible character moment with Luffy, and it was the parallel with Roger, whenever Roger just took the pose and just launched it into the ocean. He's like, I don't need this crap, dog. And the fact of the little key things that he says to her, where he's like, yeah, man, I'll live in the era to my, I hope the One Piece is found by my son. But not only that, the way that he worded that is very interesting. He says, I hope the One Piece is found by my son. He says this with all of the crew there together. So it's like, you know, that takes place right after like they initially found the One Piece, and they came to that decision that really alluded to in Sabaody. Not only that, but then he also Roger also talks about them being too early. I was like, yo, what in the flying flowers does that mean? Because Rayleigh alluded to something like that too. Like, yo, like, Odom, what do you have planned, dog? What do you have planned? What do you have planned that you allowed this movie to actually happen? While I was watching this movie, I was like, bro, this should not be happening, man. This is a dream come true, bro. All these wonderful characters, dog. I got to see Hancock and Buggy and Luffy again, and Law and Smoker and Sabo, Lucci, Sanji and Lucci on a clash. Zoro and Fujitora, man. Zoro and Mihawk. Blackbeard, man, Kobe, I mean, it was wonderful. And all the Straw Hats, Foxy and Buggy were in the same movie. Oh, all right, man, I'm out of here. I'm out of here before I continue. I already has an awesome sauce of a day, man. If this is a review, you already know this. It's an awesome sauce. It is a Santa hat of all Santa hats. For when it comes to movies. I had so much fun. By far my favorite One Piece movie, and one of my favorite, my favorite theater experience I've ever had, man. You know, there are certain movies that, of course, you can just look on and say, or at least I can look on and say, I prefer these for certain things, but nothing matches. Because the thing is, you could have a great movie, but the experience that goes along with that, like it's the same thing with when it comes to how you feel about an anime or a manga or a video game, whatever the case may be. Like for One Piece for me, right? Like I already love the One Piece series in of itself. But the experience of being a part of the community every single week is what truly makes it the GOAT to me. But in that same way, this movie was amplified like 100-fold by the atmosphere and the experience from tonight and watching in the theater, man. So once again, bro, thank you so much for watching, man. Thank you for bringing into the series. And I will see y'all next time, man. One Piece greatness, dude. I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. Take care. Stampede, yo, we finally watched it. Like, yo, we were waiting and hyping and so hyped for it. We finally watched it, man. Hold on, dog, man. I started editing and I forgot one important thing, dude. I forgot arguably one of the most important things in this entire movie. You know how I mentioned that Buggy and Foxy and Luffy and all these wonderful characters, and Blackbeard, you know, that I always talk about and I get hyped about. There's one character that I didn't mention that made an appearance in this movie. The bearer of big news, dog! My man be getting this scoop no matter where it's from. The legend himself, Big News Morgans, dog. Bro, when I saw him, oh man, dude, did I mark out. I marked out like a madman, dude. I was like, let's go! The bearer of big news! And I had forgotten about it until I went on to editing, because the portion in the film whenever like his entire squad was the entire underworld crew, which was really cool seeing a lot of them more up and close. That was a really nice aspect of that portion. I really liked. I want to know more about the underworld portion of One Piece. But just being able to see Morgans and alluding back to the Fifth Emperor thing, and going back to that other scene where Festa was also right after getting pwned by Sabo right there at the end, which was such amazing. Yo, Sabo was so good at the movie. But in that sequence right after that where he was like, "Yo, Luffy, like I said it with the wrong pirate. That Luffy might be the one to be the king of the pirates and lead this new era." It's legendary stuff. But the one that was involved in the entire part was Big News Morgan's dog, as he should.